Alrighty, folks, on this channel, we talk about the daily financial news. We do a lot of look back. We do a lot of talk of statistics. But we're going to do here is we're going to have a unique conversation where we talk about what we, the three of us, are seeing in the U.S. economy. Matt, the lumberjack landlord, obviously big in the trading card space, just went to a big show in Canada. Dion here is about to take a 2.5-month vacation trip, whatever you want to call it, change of scenery to Thailand. And of course, I live in Vegas, which always gives me insight into the travel economy. Matt, you just came back from a big show. What are you seeing with the U.S. consumers?
It was nice enough for my Canadian brothers to pull me aside and say, "Hey, when you're from here, you say Toronto, and when you're not from here, you say Toronto." I said, "Yeah." They said, "So you're up at the tables, say Toronto," and they said the T's are silent except for the first one. I go, "Okay, I got it." So if you're traveling into Canada, you need to say Toronto, not Toronto.
God,
just as
it's an indicator. It's a little,
They were like, "Where from the States are you?" I was like, "What the what? What did I just?" I literally said to them, "I go, what did I just say that gave me away?" And they said, "Oh, you said Toronto." I said, "Okay." So it was an amazing show. We went to Toronto, and it was unbelievable. The streets were packed. The line to get in was hours long.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And we're talking about 600 tables, 550 tables. And for those who are in that space, that's a top 5% show when you're that big, especially when you're talking about 4 days. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it was 4 days. It blew me away that there was nowhere to walk. There was nowhere to eat. They didn't have enough tables when people would go to get lunch. Everything, I felt most of the show, I was peering over people's shoulders. Why don't you have jobs on Friday, people? What is wrong with
Friday? Yeah, exactly. Why aren't you at work?
Yeah, get your asses to work. Why are you walking around? That's not work from home ripoff thing that Dion's talking about so much. But that's what it was unbelievable. Like all these people double width. So what was interesting was I saw multiple 6-figure card deals. I saw literally dozens of buyers going table to table and dropping 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. Where the heck do these 13-year-olds get $2,000 cards? Like, I mean, I was like 30 before I owned a $2,000 card. So
that's that inflation thing.
Yeah, no kidding. But it was just amazing to watch. And so as I watch, the other thing too is that, rental payments, they've deteriorated a little bit, not as much as I thought, but they've definitely deteriorated a little bit. Vacancies, we had a few evictions, the 2 that we actually followed through and pushed through this year. We got those units done, but those people, they had no interest in paying whatsoever. They lost their voucher for a reason undisclosed. They wouldn't tell me. The Section 8 wouldn't tell me, which is a little bit suspect. It's like, okay, why did they lose it? Well, we can't tell you that. Okay. But then the tenant wouldn't tell me either. Cause I was like, hey, I'll try and work something out for you. No, we can't say. Okay, whatever. So as I look at it again, I hear from a lot of people saying, oh, strong economy, strong economy. It doesn't feel like it, but the facts, we don't make our decisions on feelings. Right. The facts are showing me otherwise, because when economies go bad, I know that rent payments start getting later, but they also start getting not paid. Yeah. And that just didn't happen. These people were dependent on the system for their payment anyway.
Yeah. Crazy. Dion, I'm curious what you're seeing with the consumer. Obviously, you have great trucking relationships. I've heard of trucking demand going down, whatnot, but I'm curious what you're seeing out there with the economy.
Well, with trucking right now, we've got a lot of LTL companies taking up the slack for the bigger companies. The bigger companies have a bigger advertising budget. So you're going to see Swift and Sierra England and Prime saying, oh, everything's down 20%. But then you're going to see Old Dominion and Oak Harbor and Redaway and R&L going, we're doubling in size.
Yeah, things are good.
So,
yeah.
I think fear sells, and the news is going to go, look at inflation, what it's doing. Eggs are under $3 a dozen. So I don't know if anybody's paying attention. They were almost $10 a dozen at the beginning because it wasn't inflation based. It was the avian flu base that went around. And so you'll hear like one-offs where people say, oh, but this costs more. Well, and every time gas comes up, some moron on the coast in a blue state says, well, it's not down here. Well, no kidding. Your state is taxing you to death.
Yeah.
But it's under $3 a gallon nationwide.
Talk to Newsom. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Talk to Newsom. Exactly. King Newsom. But then you have Matt goes to an event and it's walking room only, and people are dropping $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. You go to a Taylor Swift concert about 4 months ago. The average ticket price was $4,000. She's done tours where the average ticket price was $1,550, but that one event, it was $4,000 for the average ticket, sold out. Lines to get in, scalpers. So everyone going, it's horrible, it's the end of the world. Yeah, the average person is screwed, but there's literally tens of millions of not average people who are spending. Look at revenues for like Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Right. They're down year over year on sales, but their profit margin went up to like 40% because of who's buying, what they can sell.
That's right.
So I think most times we're talking to the average person that's in a bad spot, that's trying to figure out, how do I have a better financial future? And yeah, it is tough to cut out streaming services. It is tough to be Michael and Olivia going, all right, we make good money, but we need to cut our expenses by 50%. We're going to cut our expenses living the way we live by 50%, or we're going to be stuck like this. And then you do. There's people out there that will go, yeah, it's really expensive. The things that I need to cut out are almost essentials, because people just assume you have to have 6 streaming services because all of your shows aren't on the one that you have. Right? You put one good show on each different streaming service. So people justify $3,000 or $4,000 a year to have streaming services to watch one different show on a different thing. But I'm with Matt. People are spending money left and right.
Yeah, I have a real quick question. So there used to be a much larger gap between diesel and regular gas. Obviously, all the big rigs, they run on diesel. What is that still? Because one of the things that I noticed when I was in Canada, it blew me away. I was like, $1.35, $1.35. And I was like,
well, that's a liter though, right?
Yeah,
right. And then I looked at the famous unit of measure. Right?
I was gonna say,
and I'm like, son of a bitch, this is $5 a gallon.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was basically $5 a gallon.
It works for them because it's like a stock split. People only see the price of the split. They don't see aggregate. Wow, this is way more.
Yeah. I looked at it and I was just like, nope, this isn't going to go well. And I was like, this is going to be really, really expensive. Like in the States, I'm driving my big conversion van, which was awesome to drive for 10 hours. As you guys saw in our last video, it was a blast to drive. But what I thought was really funny was, everything around me, they don't have trucks there. Like everybody's not driving a crew cab 4x4 like they are here, whether they need one or not. Everybody there is driving different versions of Camrys and Sonatas and things like that.
Little things,
little tiny things. But I was blown away at the cost of gas. And so I'm wondering, Dion, is that something you guys ever tracked or looked at and said, hey, this is what our costs are I assume that's your biggest cost.
So that and wages.
Yeah, labor.
I'm sure taxes are factored in, but no, transportation companies have what are called wheel boards. It's their trucking pun, but the people that come on the wheel board, and fuel economy is the top of the list every time. One of the reasons they're trying to switch from manual trucks to automatic, which most drivers hate, is the automatic truck gets better fuel mileage. And then there are better versions of them coming out. So yeah, the thing with diesel is it doesn't fluctuate as much as fuel does. So ethanol, whatever you call it, benzene.
Yeah, the corn-based ethanol. Yeah,
right. It goes on the rockets and feathers platform. Goes up like rockets, can come down like feathers because it only comes down as your competition outweeds you. Diesel is pretty much flatline. It's done more in bulk, and it is a massive consideration when fleets are doing everything. And so for the last 15 years now, the DEF system is what's killing trucking.
Yeah, the DPF.
Basically, camel urine is what they call it. It's urine that you got to put in with your fuel system. They factor that price in per mile more than not more, probably as much as they do the diesel price. But that just pushes it onto the consumer.
Is that those DPF filters, diesel particulate filters?
Probably, but it's a separate. I'm not a mechanic. I'm the driver guy, so I knew you had another type of liquid you had to put in every time you fill up.
Yeah,
and which is not cheap.
It's basically to cleanse the filter so the filter stays clean. Because when you plug one of those up, don't ask me how I know, they're about $5,000.
Oh yeah, they're not cheap.
For a regular truck,
about $5,000.
Yeah. Well, back to the consumer, Vegas. One of the things you have when you're in Vegas, when you live in Vegas, you actually never go to the strip. It's a weird thing, right? We just avoid it like the plague, because there's enough. If you want to gamble, there's plenty of local casinos that are more fun than the big ones. But we were, all three of us, we were at the Bigger Pockets event, and as I recall, that was like Sunday to Tuesday, and I'm always aghast at how many people are gambling.
Yeah.
At like 1 o'clock on Tuesday. I mean, it's like, what are people doing? Right. So that said, I know Vegas travel is down 9%, but you got to remember the last couple of years were distorted. And if you go back and you look at 2019 or 2018 levels, we're up from those levels. So I think a lot of people have got a distorted frame of reference, thinking, let's go back and look at the highest time ever, which was 21-22. Vegas definitely is hurting in those comparisons. But when you step back and you go, if we go back to the trend line of 2018 and 19, we're kind of right there.
Yeah.
And, I still see, like, when we'll still do like some comedy shows on the strip, like Seinfeld, right? We saw Jerry Seinfeld.
That's awesome.
We'll do, we saw Ed Sheeran at the Raider Stadium, right? We'll still do big shows like that. And they're always packed. And these tickets are $800 a pop. It's like
crazy.
We just went to the other thing. I did an event in Orlando where I was a speaker, and we went to what is it called? Disney World, whatever it is in Orlando.
Yeah, Disney World. Yeah,
we spent $1,200 on tickets for two of us
for a day.
Yeah, for a day, for two parks. Skip the line, whatever the hell that is. I'm like, 'cause I hate lines.
Yeah, I'm with you.
She's like, Olivia's like, I can't get you to go unless we buy this thing. And I had no idea what it would cost. I was thinking, $100, maybe $150, $1,200 for two people.
So the $1,200 isn't the shock. It's 14,000 people that day that bought.
Right. Correct. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I was shocked. I was aghast at how expensive Disney World was. I'm like, there are people here that do that. Like they go I've gone to Disneyland once and Disney World once. I'll never go back. I'm like, this is insane.
I've got friends that go 2-3 times a year and they don't even have kids. They just like the Dole Whip or whatever. I don't know what their thing is, but man, we have years they're adding to their life of work.
We have family. It's the same thing. They go 3 or 4 times a year. And I'm just like,
why?
And sometimes with kid, sometimes without kid. And it blows my mind. It makes it hurt because I'm just like, I just don't understand how this works. I don't understand why I don't get it.
I got to tell you, if Olivia would have told me, because she did a great job. She described the tickets. She didn't tell me how much they were. She's like, we're going all the way to Orlando. I'm going with you. I want to go to Disney World because I want to see this Harry Potter land or whatever it's called.
Sure.
And she likes that. And so she sold it. She sold it. She goes, oh, by the way, they have these special tickets where you can skip the line. I'm like, in. Yeah. And then I see the credit card statement, $1,200.
Yeah. Sell the sizzle. Sell the sizzle, not the steak.
She did a good job. She's a salesperson.
Yeah, she
got me. She got me.
Yeah.
So
anyway, it's amazing that places are packed. There's still a ton of money being spent. Rents are still they're faltering a little bit, but they're still generally in the acceptable zone. It's kind of blowing me away a little bit. And I think that just means that we're going to pay a bigger bill. When the bill comes, we're going to just pay a big, and that's the way it works.
All right. Dion?
I think the real danger is there are so many people that would never watch content like this. So it's not the viewer looking at this video or listening to this video right now. There are people who spend their time thinking, I wish I had enough money to get the $1,200 tickets to go and skip the lines at Disneyland. Imagine how lucky the rich people are who can do that. And then the people who watch videos like this, who learn how money works, sit back and think, I don't think I'd ever do that.
Yeah.
I've been once, I'm never going again.
Never going again.
There's other people that think if I had money, that's exactly what I would do. So people don't want to be millionaires. They want to spend $1 million.
Yes.
And many are. Guys, where can they find you, Dion?
Right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom, where I do a live stream every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, where it lasts as long as the questions do, except for next week when I will be on an airplane flying to Thailand.
Good for you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Love to hear it. Matt, where can they find you?
Lumberjack Landlord, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Thursdays. I'll probably, in honor of you, Dion, do a Tuesday show as well and go until the questions stop. I know I'm going to regret saying that.
You know what? I was just thinking, you want to do one together?
Yeah.
I'm flying solo next week, so I can actually do evening activity. You want to
Yes, let's do that.
what? So what time
Breaking
again
news.
is it on Tuesday?
It's
4 o'clock,
it's
4 p.m.
4 o'clock
PST.
PST, 7
4
p.m.
p.m. Tuesday. We will go
Yeah.
live on both our channels.
Sounds good to me.
I got to write this down because I don't
So
normally
I'll
do
mention
evening
that
things.
on my Thursday and Saturday videos.
Cool.
It's awesome. Dion, have fun. Did you get that video that I sent you?
Which
On
one?
Thailand? I send you a lot. Yeah.
I did get the one on Thailand.
Is that one of the reasons you're going? I mean, is that actually happening?
I might have looked at the wrong one.
Okay. So I sent one on
Right.
Thailand. So we'll cover it in our Tuesday thing, or Dion, you can cover it Thursday in your video.
Okay.
But check out that video that I sent you. It's one of the ones that's actually safe to play anywhere you are. The other ones aren't.
One of the reasons
I can only imagine.
One of the reasons why I'm going to Thailand is I checked the baht versus the dollar. They tie it against the dollar.
Yeah.
It's 31 baht to the dollar, exactly where it was in 2018 last time I was there. So
oh, nice.
I like to go where the dollar's strong.
Yes,
There
sir.
you go. Guys, you're amazing. Again, Tuesday, 4 p.m., you get an extra special dose of the Lumberjack and one rental at a time. I can go for 2 hours. I'm not going until the questions in. Like if you want to go nuts and go 3 or 4 hours, I'll go 2. I'll go 2. I'll commit to 2.
Two's a good number. That's what it usually ends up being with the questions too.
All right. So I'll commit to 2 just so I know I have a cutoff.
You have a time.
Guys, you're amazing. Yeah.
See you, boys.
Later.
Ciao.